When I'm asked to talk about caring values, I always emphasize how having, and even more important, how acting on caring values is associated with life satisfaction. And I usually explain this satisfaction as the result of doing the right thing. Doing the right thing just feels good. I don't think this idea is wrong, but it may be only a partial explanation of why caring feels good. I've been reading some research that's made me think about another mechanism, another way that caring actions may increase our happiness. The studies I'm referring to examine loneliness and social isolation as risk factors for mortality. So, data from many studies with millions of people show that being lonely increases our risk of heart disease, of dementia, of cancer. Loneliness is as bad for our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and maybe worse than obesity. Bottom line, loneliness is bad for our health. And researchers who have looked at this have studied both loneliness, which is the subjective experience of being unconnected to others, as well as objective data, like things like social isolation, living alone. Loneliness and social isolation each are bad for our health, but they're not the same thing. In other words, just having more social contact, just seeing more people may not mitigate loneliness. You probably know the expression alone in a crowd. We can feel disconnected even when we're surrounded by others. We don't just need to be around people. We need to be connected to people in order not to feel lonely. And this is the other explanation that I was talking about for why acting on caring values allows us to experience more life satisfaction. Actions that help others make us feel connected to them. So when we open the door for someone and we smile at them and they smile back at us, there's a kind of a connection there. We sense their appreciation for a little caring action, and that warms us. Of course, this is a tiny example, but still an important one, I think. If you think about your day today, or maybe the last week, and you find two or three examples of things that you do to care for others, it's likely that you get some kind of answering response to your caring. It may be tiny, like a thanks with a smile, or it may be bigger. Someone may even have told you how helpful or meaningful your action was to them. I work as a therapist, and when clients talk about how they've gotten better by coming to sessions, or more directly, how I help them, I feel a very strong connection to them. But I also feel that connection when the client says nothing, but I see how they're getting better. I see how I've helped. Parents know this satisfaction well. It comes when they notice how their children have grown and developed, and they're able to link that to all the hundreds of ways that they care for their kids. It's wonderful to be thanked. Kids don't always do that for their parents. The connection to others, however, is in the caring action and the good it does, whether my client or your child notices or not. You don't have to be a therapist or a parent to have a life that's rich in these connections. You just have to be active in caring for other people. As I said at the start, doing good just feels good. It enriches the life of the person who takes the caring action. And part of the reason for that may be that in helping others, we create those health-giving connections that let us feel less lonely. I'm Marilyn Fitzpatrick.